The void between Mars and Jupiter had always been silent. Not peaceful, just silent. Commander Ethan Cole stood on the command bridge of the human battleship USS Horizon, staring into the endless black sea of space, while warning alarms pulsed in slow, red flashes across the walls. Beside the Horizon, another human warship, the USS Valkyrie, moved in perfect synchronized formation. Together, the two massive vessels represented the strongest military force humanity had ever created. And yet, for the first time in decades, Ethan felt small. "Unknown vessel approaching," Lieutenant Reyes announced, her voice strained. "Size estimate. Dear God." The bridge lights dimmed automatically as the enormous shadow appeared across the main viewing screen. Silence consumed the room. The alien ship emerged from darkness like a floating continent made of black steel and living fire. It dwarfed both human battleships combined. Crimson energy lines pulsed across its surface like veins beneath skin, and rotating rings the size of cities circled its core. "Distance?" Ethan asked quietly. 7,000 kilometers and closing slowly." Nobody moved. Nobody breathed. The alien vessel was unlike anything recorded in human history. Humanity had encountered smaller alien scouts before, but never a command ship, never a war carrier, and definitely never one this large. Captain Mira Kane of the Valkyrie appeared on the holographic communication display beside Ethan. "You seeing this nightmare too?" she asked. Ethan nodded slowly. "Weapons status?" "Charged and ready." "Tell your crew to hold fire." "You think they'll do the same?" Before Ethan could answer, every screen on the bridge suddenly flickered. A deep, mechanical sound echoed through the ship. Then a voice appeared. Cold, ancient, terrifying. "Human vessels," the alien voice said in perfect English. "You have entered restricted territory." Several crew members exchanged frightened looks. Ethan stepped forward. "This sector belongs to the United Earth Coalition. Identify yourself." For several seconds, only static answered. Then the alien ship illuminated the surrounding darkness with a blood-red glow. "We are the Zarvathi Dominion." The name alone sounded dangerous. Commander Cole felt tension spreading across the bridge like poison. "We are passing through peacefully," Ethan replied carefully. "No hostile intent." Another pause. Then the alien voice returned, sharper this time. "Your weapons are active." Captain Kane muttered under her breath. "Their weapons are active too." Ethan ignored her. "In deep space," he answered, "preparedness is survival." Suddenly, warning sirens erupted across the bridge. "Energy spike detected!" Reyes shouted. "The alien ship is powering primary cannons!" Crew members rushed between stations. The massive alien vessel began unfolding sections along its hull, revealing rows of glowing weapons powerful enough to vaporize entire cities. "Target lock detected!" another officer yelled. Captain Kane's hologram leaned closer. "Ethan, say the word and we fire first." Ethan's jaw tightened. One wrong move would begin the first interstellar war in human history, and humanity might lose it in minutes. The alien voice thundered through the bridge again. "Humanity spreads across the stars like infection." Several crew members instinctively reached for sidearms, though everyone knew guns were useless here. "We have no interest in war," Ethan said firmly. "Your species always says this before violence," Captain Kane whispered. I really hate these things. The tension became unbearable. Outside the massive viewing screen, the alien warship rotated slowly, revealing a central cannon larger than the horizon itself. Reyes went pale. "Commander, that weapon could destroy both ships with one shot." Sweat rolled down Ethan's forehead, but he refused to blink. "If you fire," Ethan said toward the alien vessel, "our ships will retaliate." The alien responded immediately. "You would lose." Captain Kane smirked darkly. "Maybe, but you'd bleed too." Another long silence followed. The stars outside seemed frozen. Then, suddenly, a smaller alien fighter detached from the giant vessel and accelerated directly toward the human ships. "Incoming craft!" Reyes shouted. Weapons across both human battleships immediately activated, missile systems armed, rail cannons charged. The alien fighter stopped only a few hundred meters away from the horizon, close enough to see. Its surface shifted like liquid metal, constantly changing shape. Then scans appeared across the bridge monitors. "No weapons detected," Reyes said cautiously. Captain Kane narrowed her eyes. "It's scouting us." Ethan stared at the fighter. "No," he whispered. "What?" "It's watching us." Almost as if it understood him, the alien craft rotated slowly toward the command bridge windows, like an eye staring directly into his soul. Then the ancient voice returned one final time. "Human Commander Ethan Cole." The bridge froze. Ethan's blood turned cold. "How do you know my name?" "We know much about your species." Captain Kane looked horrified. "That's impossible." The alien ignored her. "War between us would ignite systems beyond your understanding." Ethan stepped forward carefully. "Then let's avoid it." Another long pause. The massive alien warship began charging energy again, brighter than before. Red light flooded space itself. Crew members panicked. "They're preparing to fire!" Captain Kane slammed her fist onto her console. "Ethan, we can't wait anymore!" Every instinct in Ethan's body screamed at him to attack first. But something felt wrong. Too controlled, too deliberate. The Zavathi weren't afraid. They were testing humanity, testing their fear, testing their discipline. Ethan inhaled slowly. Then he gave the most dangerous order of his career. "All human weapons," he said quietly. The bridge stared at him in disbelief. "Commander?" "Stand down." Captain Kane exploded instantly. "Are you insane?" "Do it." "Ethan!" "Now!" Reluctantly, across both human warships, the weapons powered down. The silence afterward felt terrifying. Humanity had just exposed itself before a superior enemy. For 10 endless seconds, nothing happened. Then suddenly, the alien weapons powered down too. The bridge erupted with shocked whispers. Captain Kane blinked in disbelief. "You've got to be kidding me!" The red glow surrounding the alien ship faded slowly. Then the ancient voice returned softer than before. "Interesting." Ethan narrowed his eyes. "What do you want?" The answer came immediately. "To know whether humanity deserves survival." The bridge fell silent again. Far beyond the ships, distant stars shimmered like frozen fire. And somewhere inside the darkness of the alien vessel, unseen eyes were studying humanity very carefully. Because this was never just a meeting. It was a judgment. Commander Ethan Cole could still feel his heartbeat pounding in his throat long after the alien weapons powered down. Nobody on the bridge relaxed, not really. Fear still hung in the air like smoke after an explosion. The giant Zarvathi warship drifted silently beside the two human battleships, its enormous structure glowing faintly against the endless darkness of space. Captain Mira Kane reappeared on the holographic display. "You trust them now?" Ethan shook his head immediately. "No." "Good," she replied. "Because I don't." Lieutenant Reyes interrupted nervously. "Commander, we're receiving an incoming transmission. Visual only." "Put it through." The main screen flickered. At first, nothing appeared except darkness. Then, slowly, a figure emerged. The alien stood over 9 feet tall, wrapped in black armor that looked fused into its skin. Its eyes glowed silver without pupils. "I am High Commander Vale Torin of the Zarvathi Dominion." Ethan stepped forward carefully. "Commander Ethan Cole, United Earth Coalition." Vale studied him silently. "You chose restraint instead of violence." Captain Kane crossed her arms. "Don't mistake restraint for weakness." To everyone's surprise, the alien slightly tilted its head. "Not weakness," Vale answered. "Control." Ethan kept his eyes fixed on the alien commander. "Why are you here?" Vale's glowing eyes narrowed. "There are powers sleeping in deep space, powers your species is not prepared to encounter." The bridge fell silent. "The Devourers are returning." A chill moved through Ethan's body. Captain Kane frowned. "What the hell is a Devourer?" Vile's eyes darkened. "A species older than galaxies. They consume civilizations." Nobody laughed, because Val sounded absolutely serious. Suddenly, alarms exploded across the bridge again. "Commander!" Reyes shouted. "Massive energy surge detected." Every screen turned red. Captain Kane cursed loudly. "They're locking weapons again." Outside the window, the giant alien ship began glowing with terrifying intensity. Ethan stared at Vale. "What is this?" The alien's expression changed instantly. Not aggression. Urgency. "They found us." Before Ethan could respond, space itself suddenly distorted. The stars twisted violently like reflections in broken water. Then something appeared. A dark, circular fracture opened in space ahead of all 3 ships. Reality itself seemed to tear apart. Crew members screamed. "What is that?" From inside the fracture came darkness deeper than normal space. Then enormous shapes moved inside it. Something was coming through. Vile's voice thundered across the bridge. "All ships prepare for combat." The fracture expanded wider. Then the first Devourer ship emerged. The vessel looked alive. Black tendrils twisted around its surface like moving flesh. Giant glowing eyes opened across the hull. Captain Kane whispered, "Sweet God." Then another ship emerged, and another, an entire fleet. The communication system suddenly filled with distorted voices, speaking in thousands of languages simultaneously. Ethan clenched his fists. Fear threatened to consume him. But he forced himself to stand tall. Vile's image flickered violently. "Commander Cole, humanity faces extinction today unless we stand together." Outside, the first Devourer ship opened a massive glowing mouth at its center. Energy gathered inside it. Reyes panicked. "It's charging a weapon." Captain Kane looked toward Ethan. "Orders?" Everything now depended on him. Moments ago, humanity and the Zarvathi nearly destroyed each other. Now, both species faced annihilation. Ethan inhaled slowly. Then his voice rose across every human ship. "All combat stations ready." Missiles armed instantly. Rail cannons activated. Fighter squadrons prepared for launch. Ethan looked directly at the alien commander. "For today," he said, "we fight together." For the first time, Vile Torin showed something almost human. Respect. The alien lowered his head slightly.
Then perhaps humanity deserves survival after all. Suddenly, the Devourer fleet attacked. A beam of black energy erupted across space, tearing through an asteroid field like paper. The Valkyrie accelerated forward. The horizon followed beside it. And next to them, the massive Zarvathi warship unleashed its full power for the first time. Red energy cannons exploded across space like dying suns. The stars disappeared beneath fire. Humanity's greatest battle had begun. And somewhere beyond the chaos, something even larger was still waiting inside the fracture.